When I say high, you say point. High. Point. High. Point. When I say HP, you say NC. HP. NC. HP. NC. When I say high, you say point. High. Point. High. Point. When I say HP, you say NC. HP. NC. HP. NC. When I say high, you say point. High. Point. High. Point. When I say HP, you say NC. HP. NC. HP. NC. HP.
Welcome, High Point. I think we should have had you right after lunch. Are you ready?
We are ready.
You may begin.
High Point, North Carolina, a city of 115,000 students, business leaders, community leaders, creators, visionaries. My name is Tasha Logan Ford, High Point City Manager, and let me be the first one to introduce you to our city.
We are a city of community voices, dedicated in making sure that everyone in our city grow.
Our city is the home furnishings capital of the world and has a long tradition of textile and home furnishings manufacturing.
Twice a year, we welcome 75,000 visitors to our international home furnishings market, the largest in the world. It has an economic impact equivalent to 2 Super Bowls.
But despite the success and prestige that industry has brought us, High Point's had its hardships. When manufacturing moved overseas, we became stagnant, clinging to our past and unsure of our future.
Food insecurity threatened our families, our businesses struggled, and our city lost its identity.
We were faced with the choice to accept things how they were and diminish, or to grow, thrive, and create.
We chose the latter, and we knew that in order for High Point to be successful, we would have to listen to everyone's voices.
They tell me, Doug, a revolution's happening in the city. Well, I don't believe it. Claim rejuvenation and deep-seated revelations planted in substance of things hoped for and evidence of things unseen. Want my faith rooted in forsaken prophecies, pining for voices like history ain't silenced these streets. Yeah, them words, they pretty, but y'all gonna have to show me a declaration of a greater High Point. I bet that, we'll see.
I'm Carl Vierling, Executive Director of the Greater High Point Food Alliance.
And I'm Jackie Davis, former board chair of the Greater High Point Food Alliance.
And I'm Patrick Harmon, founder of Growing High Point.
We are the activators of the Greater High Point Food Alliance. In 2015, High Point was ranked #1 in the nation for food hardship. We have 7 food deserts. Our refugee and international community did not have access to culturally appropriate foods.
Something had to change. We needed to hear from the people that food insecurity impacted the most.
And that's why we took an upstream approach, listening to voices across the city to form the Greater High Point Food Alliance.
Our very first food summit had 500 participants, where together we created and executed 75 action items.
We launched Growing High Point in our mobile produce market, the Grodega, to serve food deserts in High Point.
We started food pantries in strategic neighborhoods like Burns Hill, which has the 3rd highest concentration of poverty in the state of North Carolina.
And at each annual food summit, we averaged 180 participants. Community conversations were held at our partner neighborhoods and focused on key topics.
Our food pantries are stocked with kosher and halal foods to serve cultural and religious needs.
We partnered with the High Point Farmers Market to create a Double the Bucks program for EBT participants. Our local business community came alongside and financed that.
And we introduced a Food Finder app to highlight food access points across the community, as well as information on financial assistance, homeless services, and resources for seniors, as well as health. And we've had 80,000 views over the last 2 years.
And today, nearly half of our board of directors are people of color. These are the voices that have helped alleviate food insecurity in our community.
None of this would have been possible without their voices. We went from being #1 in the nation in food hardship to #14. When every voice has a seat at the table, we can alleviate food insecurity.
They tell me we're hungry to listen now. Well, shoot, I've been starving to speak. Why accept what I think counts when there's still sustenance missing? I see work's being done, I'm glad someone's doing something, but this black boy with dreams needs a bit more promising. A seat at the table? Actually, I'd like to be catered. Answer, what are your plans for minority business? Will you feed our aspirations?
My name is Dr. Talisha Roberts. I'm the Executive Director of Thrive High Point.
And my name is Caleb Collins. I'm a furniture designer and entrepreneur, owner of I Am New Culture.
And I'm Amber Williamson, Executive Director of High Point Discovered, a female-operated nonprofit.
We are activators for Thrive High Point, the Minority Entrepreneur Initiative. Economic hardship, coupled with the racial unrest of 2020, revealed a greater need for investment in minority and women-led businesses in High Point. We wanted to mend historical disparities and extend High Point's entrepreneurial spirit.
The Minority Entrepreneurs Initiative was developed by a task force led by the Business High Point Chamber of Commerce and community leaders.
These voices had a vision, and from that vision, Thrive High Point began.
Through collaborative efforts, we engage minority female entrepreneurs from the start to hear about the obstacles they face.
We discovered they face roadblocks like lack of physical location, technology barriers, and lack of access to capital.
That's why Thrive's programming addresses each of those head on. Thrive offers business, financial literacy, marketing, one-on-one business coaching, investment grants, and soon will offer brick and mortar space in High Point's historic Black Wall Street district.
I am one of the 500 Thrive members who have joined since 2020. Thrive has helped me succeed by connecting me to small-scale manufacturers and investing in capital into my furniture design business.
Thrive has awarded over $300,000 in micro grants since 2020. 51% of our members are businesses that began in the last 5 years.
Members of Thrive know their voices matter because someone is fighting to make sure every entrepreneur in High Point has everything they need to succeed, to thrive.
They tell me we understand your frustrations, that they know growth was stunted by past limitations, recognize it's been tough finding good soil to plant in, so they're toiling this ground for fruit of expression. I'm impressed. I'll admit, this isn't the same place I knew, but the work being done is long overdue, so it seems a harvest is truly attainable. Okay, High Point can thrive. How will we make it sustainable?
I'm Michael Holmes, Mayor Pro Tem, City of High Point.
I'm Ryan Ferguson, Marketing Manager, City of High Point.
And I'm Jerron Hollis, Managing Director for the City of High Point.
And we are activators of High Point's new identity.
In 2022, the City of High Point embarked on a journey to reimagine our city's identity. We wanted to develop a new brand that encapsulated High Point's story of our past, our present, and our future, while inviting everyone to join in our narrative.
We knew that this story had to be authentic, grounded in the voices and experiences of the people that call High Point home.
That's why we launched extensive community engagement sessions, talking to thousands of High Pointers across every background and demographic.
We had digital survey links placed in more than 100 locations and hosted roundtables that spoke to people from all industries. We even set up activation events in neighborhoods across our city to hear from every corner of our community.
We heard people's stories, their dreams, and their challenges, and those voices not only gave us that input on what we would create, but through that democratic process, that group and those voices help guide the decisions and the feedback of our diverse task force.
Our new city brand captures our vision, told in our citizens' voices, and it speaks to our collective vision and our future.
We've created a brand that's more than a logo or a slogan. It's a reflection of who we are and where we're going.
Our brand is an invitation to everyone to grow, to thrive, and create in our community.
They tell me a revolution has happened in the city, planted in prayerful revelation, written in prophecies. manifested into substance of things once hoped for, evidenced by new beginnings, a garden now planted by those who know our land well enough to simply listen. So ask me again, if I believe now in High Point's all-American mission, I'll say, welcome home.
My name is Cyril Jefferson, Mayor of High Point, and I hope that from today's presentation that what you've gleaned is that despite our challenges, our city's transformation has been a commitment to growing, thriving, and creating. But most importantly, the through line there is that every single group only gets there by the many voices that make up our community. Voices like you, Doug. Doug, I want to invite you over here, and my hope is that truly from this, that it's not just been words, but you felt invited in. And what better way to do that than to officially make you a member of our team? And not just that, Doug, because not only does your voice matter, but the vision that we create for our city, it takes all of us contributing to the canvas, like the many groups you saw today. So will you join us in doing that as well? So you see, Doug, your voice does matter. And what you contribute to the vision of High Point is what helps us go into the next future of growing, thriving, and creating. And all of this matters because
what we create in High Point
changes High Point?
No, Doug.
Because what we create in High Point
changes the world.